I have had a serious case of castasitis and now my WIP basket is overflowing. So I thought today we could go through all of my WIPs and try to get my head around everything because I still have loads and loads of WIPs that I want to cast on, but I really need to finish some of these first. So hopefully going through this together means I can maybe spark some interest in this again because honestly, I have not really been feeling any of my WIPs. I have been feeling one or two, but then I ran out of yarn. So let's just get into it. We're going in no particular order. I'm literally just grabbing the first thing on the basket. So this is a self-drafted crochet granny square shirt for my boyfriend. This is made with Rialto Debbie Bliss lace weight yarn, and this is the colour moss. I do have two panels. I do have both panels. However, like I said, I have ran out of yarn because my number one fault is that I just never buy enough yarn. I don't know why. So I'm waiting for that to turn up, which I have actually ordered. So hopefully I can get this one done first because we have a little holiday coming up. Nothing special. It's in the UK. It's in like a little caravan park. But nonetheless, I want him to be able to wear it before summer is over. So that needs to be done as soon as possible. So that is WIP number one. WIP number two is the same issue. I did not buy enough yarn, and I have had this WIP in my basket for I want to say about a year. I just never finished it. So then when I did go to buy more yarn, it was a different dye lot. So it the mohair makes it blend, but it's definitely not the same shade. Like the original, let me just show you. So this is my Northern Augustine's number 4 sweater, and I'm not sure if you can tell where the colour change is, but all of the colour work is the original colour, and it's slightly more cooler toned and matches the mohair more. And then as you reach the bottom, it's like a warmer purple. But this was made with Drops Merino and Drops Kid Silk held together, and I've nearly finished the body. I was actually knitting this last night, but I have run out of the mohair now. But I only feel like I need one more ball, so I will be ordering that on payday when I'm no longer broke. But I love it so much. I'm not sure if you can see it all, but I really love this, and I want this off my needles as soon as possible because I really want to wear this in the winter. So this is another one that I am actually excited about. I just don't have the yarn. So once again, we're waiting for payday, guys. Okay, WIP number 3, I started a couple weeks ago. I want to say 2 weeks ago. And it is the Thelma sweater. Now, I love this. However, the repeat pattern started to get on my nerves a little bit. Like, I don't know, I just needed to take a break from it. But I do have enough yarn for this project. I'm using the Isaga Soft. Isaga Soft. I got this in Copenhagen on my birthday and I absolutely love it. This is the colour number 58 if you are curious. It's really soft and squishy. I have been taking a break from this project just because I was getting a bit tired of the repeat. It's not a hard repeat. It's really not. Like it's satisfying, it's fun. I just needed to take a break. But I think when I get one of my other WIPs done that's closer to being finished, I will go back to this and hopefully finish it. Because I am quite a monogamous knitter, especially when I am excited about something. If I'm like at the moment, I feel like I'm sort of in a slump, which is why I'm in between so many projects because I'm not really feeling any of them at the moment. So I am sort of in between loads. And since my Rubus v-neck blouse, I've sort of casted on like at least 3 things. So it's kind of gotten out of hand. Project number 3 I have had in my WIP basket for literal years. This was originally just going to be like a normal cardigan, but I'm sort of planning on adding a collar, and I want to add some sort of ladybug motif to it. But this just shows how different knitting is now, because back in the day, I want to say this project is at least 2 or 3 years old, and back then for me, I self-drafted everything, which mainly consisted of me making loads of flat panels and seaming them together, whereas nowadays I would probably do like a drop shoulder, do increases on the front, and then knitting around, because knitting flat is just terrible. So this is the back panel. I mean, it fits fine and I'm sure it will look great. This is just my personal preference these days, but I have a back panel and I have a front panel. I just need to make a second front panel and the sleeves and the collar, and then I think I want to do a ladybug motif at the back and maybe at the front as well. Like, I have projects closer to being done that I just need to get done. This is my Barcelona button top, and honestly, I have been putting off this project so much. Like, all I need to do is one sleeve. Now, this is where you guys need to hold me accountable, because there is no reason for me not to have this finished by now, but I just have found this pattern so boring. I'm sorry, I just have not been enjoying it. And it looks okay when it's on, but I just feel like something is off about it. And I have redone the ribbon at least 3 times and I'm still not completely happy with it. But I just need to get the second sleeve done so that this is out of my WIP basket. I can always go back later and redo the ribbon if I'm not sure, but this just needs to be done. I have actually cast on the second sleeve, so I have started it, which is usually the hardest point. So I think, do you know what, I'm going to put this aside right now. This is not going back in my WIP basket ever again. I'm putting this aside and I'm going to be finishing this as soon as this video is over. Hold me accountable, guys. Now, this is where I'm going to sound a little bit crazy, but I have started my Christmas knitting. I know it's July, but I just thought, do you know what? I need to get a head start because I feel like I never do enough Christmas knitting. I never do gifts for anyone. So this year is the year, because this year I am an apprentice, which means I have literally barely any money to spare. So we are getting creative with our gifts this year and we are doing handmade gifts. So I have actually had a request from my boyfriend's auntie. She has requested a dog bed, not dog bed, a dog blanket for her dog, which is her child, may I add. And I have this yarn, which I don't know why I have chenille yarn, because I hate amigurumi. I don't hate the look of it, don't come at me, I just hate making it. And I literally never use chenille, so we are turning this into a blanket. It looks kind of ugly right now, but it's just going to be a granny square until I use up the majority of the yarn, and then I'm going to do a little scalloped edge just to add some sort of detail to it. But I'm not too worried about this because I can just do it here and there, because also I low-key cannot crochet as much as I can knit in, because it just kills my wrists. So if you guys have any tips for that, please let me know, because I can literally maybe do one row of this and then my hands are hurting and I have to stop. So I have to be really careful when crocheting. But it's really weird because I can knit endlessly. So maybe it's the way I'm holding my hook. I don't know. I do have a few more. This is a crochet. This is a crochet raglan I'm doing for my niece, because she did actually request a jumper or a handmade gift for her birthday, but she literally told me a week before. So I was like, okay, let's not do that. Let's do it for Christmas and I'll just buy you something for your birthday. So this is it on. I've made sure to do a wider neckline because she finds certain pieces of clothing really overstimulating. So I wanted to make sure it's not gonna restrict her. And I've just sort of done this in a bunch of scrap yarn. I'm trying to use up all my acrylic yarn because I really do not want to be buying acrylic yarn going forward, because obviously it's made up of plastic. It's not exactly environmentally friendly. It is if you're planning on making garments that you will continuously wear that won't end up in the landfill, but for me, I would just prefer not to use acrylic. That being said, it is really good for gifts because you can machine wash it. So I'm trying to use up as many acrylic yarns as possible for my hand knit gifts, just so my family members can wash them, because I know that they won't take the greatest care of it and they won't take the time to hand wash it. So yeah, so I've just tried to come up with a color palette. I think it looks super cute. She does not really like pink, but I thought pink isn't really the main color, and she did get pink trainers that she really liked for her birthday, so I'm sort of hoping she will wear them together. So yeah, this is just a scrap busting project. I don't know if I have enough yarn to complete it, but I'm really not planning on buying any more. So we will see how far we get. Yeah, all these hand knit gifts for Christmas are not really a massive priority for me right now, but I'm just glad that I have them started and that I can sort of just pick them up here and there between projects so I can get a little bit of a head start. This is how bad my WIPs have got, guys. I've had to resort to putting some in bags and putting them on the floor, which is literally my worst nightmare. So we need to do something about that. Here's my, oh, I have two more Christmas gifts actually. This one, acrylic yarn once again, but I was given this for Christmas. And this is a granny square blanket for my father. I'm gonna have to stand back for this one. Can you see? She is getting big. She is getting really big. I would like to use up the rest of this. Whoa. I would like to use up the rest of this, and then I think I'll call it a day. I still have two more balls of this. It's Lion Brand's yarns, but I'm pretty sure it's quite old because I don't know, it just looks old. But anyways, I would really like to get a mohair to pair with this. Maybe to sort of match the middle colour. Not the darkest colour, but the middle colour. Because I would really like to make a raglan zip up jacket with this. I think it would look so, so nice, especially with a mohair paired with it. Because it will sort of make the gradient blend a bit better. But yeah, so I would like to save, I have two left. I think that would be more than enough, but I would like this to be quite an oversized jacket, and I think I will get so much wear out of it. So that is why I'm only using that last skein, which I think will be big enough because that blanket low-key takes up the whole of my double bed, so it does not need to be too much bigger. This is what I mean. I just have so many projects planned that I need to finish some before I start the others. Like, I was going through my yarns this morning because I was putting some away, and I got this mohair from Copenhagen, and I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And then when I was going through my yarn, I found this sock yarn, and it low-key matches perfectly, so I kind of want to make a top, but we need to finish some stuff first. My last WIP for Christmas is in my bag, and I take this to work with me every day. And it is a matching Rubus blouse of the one that I made. If you want to see mine, check out my last video. But I'm making a matching one for my mum because she said that she loves the colour and the fit of the top, and it is low-key so her. So I'm making another one, and I have like 4 more balls of this, so why not? But I'm taking this to work with me because it's honestly quite a boring project, and I feel like I just get most of it done before my shift at work and on my lunch breaks because I have nothing better to do. Okay, I feel like we're getting to the end. I started this recently. This is, I want to say, the Sandok mini skirt. Anyways, I know I'm not going to finish this before summer ends, so this might be a next year project. But I was waiting to go to my dad's to get my elastic because I have all my sewing stuff there, and because I was waiting so long, I low-key just lost my interest in this, so I might even frog it. I don't know. I'm on my last WIP, guys. Okay, so in February I went to the Maldives, and we got stuck there because of the war. I don't want to talk about the war because I don't know too much about it. But basically no one was flying back to England, so we had to stay there. Well, we got moved to Male, which is very poor compared to Maldives, but we got stuck there for another week, and I needed yarn ASAP because I'm not spending a week with no project. So I actually found the only yarn in Maldives, in Male, sorry. I found the only yarn store, and it wasn't even a yarn store, it was an arts and crafts store, and they had very limited yarn. But I got some crochet thread, and I was making a granny square bag. So it goes like this, and then I just need to add one more square here. One more square here. I hope you like can understand what I'm saying because it's very confusing. And then add the straps, and then it's done. But low key, I might sell this because I don't think I will ever use this. I was just trying to not be bored on holiday. So, but I have actually started the last square. It's just hard because I'm literally using a 2mm hook. So I don't care about this. If I get round to it, I get round to it. But that is actually all of my WIPs. And now that I've laid them all out and sort of spoken about them all, I feel better because it's not actually as much as I thought it was. I'm going to finish my Barcelona button top this weekend. So follow me on Instagram to stay updated and hold me accountable, guys. DM me and say, where is your Barcelona button top, because this needs to be done and gone because I'm so done with it. But yeah, I feel so much better now that I've sort of spoken to you guys about it. Let me know which WIP was your favourite, and also let me know how many WIPs you've got going on because I think it's really interesting to see. I'm usually a very monogamous knitter, but because I haven't been very excited, I haven't really stuck to one project, and I've sort of been casting on loads here and there. So hopefully now I can narrow some of these down and we can move on. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!